In light of recent events, Hugh, what do you observe as a coach in the relationship between young men and law enforcement?
We work hard at trying to develop, a great relationship in Oxford with them. We bring them in every year, twice a year actually, both the campus and the city, and have ride-alongs from time to time, particularly for kids that may have made a poor decision. We try to really get them hooked into to that, and we let the enforcement always tell us of the pitfalls of what's going on. They've always, hey, there's this huge concert, or we're always in communication with them about the possible pitfalls that could cause a young man to make a poor decision that could reflect badly on our team and obviously on himself. So it's something we work hard at, and I really believe, I'd love for you to ask our kids that. I'd like to hear their take on it, but I think that the relationship we have is really special in Oxford.
So you sense that there is respect both ways?
I do. I've never had a reason to believe anything otherwise, and obviously anytime you don't want any situations, but they're kids and they make mistakes like college kids do. And the first thing I want to know from the report is how did our kids react in respect to the officers, and knock on wood, I haven't had one yet that the police felt like our kids were out of line in their respect issues. So. And I think that goes back to the fact that we've educated them and we've brought them in, and our chief and his guys have gotten to know our guys, and kind of in fall camp spent some time with us.
Where do things stand with NCAA right now?
I have zero update. I mean, obviously our response is out and to the allegations, and it stands on its own, and obviously we can't discuss any ongoing matters, and that's one of the frustrating things. But out of respect for the process, you can't do it. I mean, we can talk about our integrity, we can talk about our core values, but it seems that I'm not sure that's what the media wants to talk about, and so. But I can't talk about any of the ongoing things. No one wants it to be over more than I do, because I'm ready to concentrate on our team continue to building the relevancy in college football, which we will. But I have no update on it's still ongoing.
Along those lines,
sense about a timetable along those lines.
I asked that yesterday and did not get any concrete answer on. It's moving. I think I'm not involved in the fact finding at this point, but I think it is moving. But I would be a total guess and that's exactly what Ross told me yesterday. It would be a total guess if we started talking timeline.
Would you like it to be sooner rather than later, as opposed to like mid-season?
Gosh, I've had a long enough time with it, so I would love for it to be sooner than later, but I don't know what that means really. I'm not crazy about the idea if it happens in the middle of the season for sure, but if it does, it does, and we'll go argue our facts and our side of things, and then we'll be held accountable for the things that were done wrong in and around our program.
How about the guys that were out of spring?
Give me some names, man. I don't have my notes
Fadal
with me.
Brown.
Fadal is still battling. He actually just started a new treatment this week. The stress fracture that he has is in a difficult place, and people, my understanding from talking to the docs is some people heal differently from that. His has been a slower heal, and so there's trying some new, I want to say it's called shock therapy or something to get the blood flow there. We started that this week, so he's going to be in a boot getting that treatment for 4 weeks. We're hopeful that this will help him turn the corner. Connor looks great. Conyers looks good.
Who else got it?
Stringfellow?
String looks good. Rod Taylor looks good.
Any update on Rod's situation with his arrest, that sort of thing?
I say all the time, I don't like to play out the discipline of my kids or them in the media, but we always have a plan, particularly on first time issues, to where if they satisfy the plan, that would be the step one in the redeeming quality and restoration for them. Thus far, he and Breland both have done everything that's been asked.
Have you decided if they'll miss any playing time for any of
That would be up to them and how they fulfill it. Unless if another episode happens, it won't be up to them. But on the first one with these that are misdemeanor type deals, they can earn their way without missing playing time. But every situation is different, obviously. But both of them seem to be doing well thus far.
Are you expecting to have to make any staff changes because of the NCAA stuff?
Not at this point, but I will if need be. If that's my guys know the expectations, and I'm certainly far from perfect, as many of you know. But one area that is not a temptation for me is to cut corners to try to have success. That doesn't interest me at all, and our staff knows that. I'm not talking about you don't make a mistake and that's the neat thing that we'll have when we get to go before the Committee on Infractions. We'll get to discuss some of the things that led to that are not quite as cut and dry as it might be in some people's eyes, but they're still a mistake that we have to be accountable for.
Do you think that generally speaking, like with Laramie Tunsil, that having an agent represent a coach and an athlete and a lot of people in the circle is kind of a conflict of interest?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't really thought about that. I know that I can't get into that case, but it's probably not very typical for a kid that has left a program to continue to cooperate to try to, and I'm hopeful that that's the case here with that one, and I think that would speak volumes if that's the case.
So Laramie's been cooperating with the NCAA?
I hope so. I don't know to what detail he has, but I think that would speak volumes if he does.
You and Chad had any issue coming back from sports hernia, sir?
He's doing great.
Regardless.
I have to slow him down. I mean, he and Shay, and they're over the top. I mean, I walk in at 5 this morning or 5:30, and they have workouts at 6:30, and they're already in there throwing. Y'all have